Hi, Miss Pam here from New London County 4-H. Today we're going to be doing a paper project called iris folding. It's called iris folding because the design of what we're making looked very similar to the iris of a camera. So what you're going to need to do today's project, which is going to end up looking like this, really awesome. This is what the back side looks like. You are going to need to have a pattern. You're going to need 5 pieces of paper. I just use very thin paper from the dollar store. It's wrapping paper. You're going to need a glue stick. You're going to need a piece of cardstock that has a shape cut out of whatever shape it is that you're going to be using. You'll need some scissors. You'll need a popsicle stick or a pencil, a small piece of tinfoil, and just a couple pieces of tape. So gather your supplies, and then we're going to get started. So first thing we're going to do is decide what order we're going to be putting our paper in. We have 5 different colors, so I think I'm going to do it like this. So here's my 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really important to remember what order you're going to have your paper in, because if you mix up your order, you're going to mess up your pattern. Now I'm going to take my pattern here. You can see on the outside that it's marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that tells me that I need to have 5 pieces. If you look at the pattern over here, the outside is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this pattern only needs 4 pieces. We are going to take our piece of cutout cardboard. We're going to stick it right on top of this circle. So we want it to match as best as we can. And then I'm just going to take a couple pieces of tape to make sure that it stays in place. You can tell that I have used this pattern many, many times, and that's okay. Just keep using your same pattern over and over again. So I'm going to start with number 1. Here's my number 1 color. I'm going to fold this in half because what we want on the inside is to have a really nice sharp edge, and that's where our popsicle stick and our pencil come in place. When you do this, that makes a really nice sharp fold, and if you don't have a popsicle stick, a pencil works really well too. The first thing I'm going to do here at number 1 with my trusty glue stick, I'm going to put some glue on the outside. I'm putting it right on the cardstock. I need to be very careful that I do not get glue on my pattern. We don't want our paper to stick to the pattern. We only want it to stick to the cardstock. So once I have that on there, I'm going to take my folded end on the inside, line it up along that line, and mush it down. Take my scissors, cut off the end. Now I'm going to do the same thing with pattern number 2. I have to fold it in half. Don't worry about being super perfect on doing it, and you can even use a little bit skinnier piece would work fine. So now I need to do number 2. I'm going to go right around the outside there, making sure not to get any on my paper. And now I'm going to line it up. You'll notice that there's like some dotted lines right here. That is so that if you really wanted to be super fancy, you could take like a piece of tinfoil or gold paper and put this one down first on the dotted line, and then put the gold paper down on the straight line and make it super fancy, but we're not going to do that. I feel like this is plenty fancy enough. Now I'm going to keep going. Here's my paper number 3. Put my glue. Put my little paper across here. Now you may notice that I'm going to kind of go off the edge here. That's okay, because when we're all done, we're going to trim up our sides and nobody will notice. Number 4. Right here, I want to be careful to not get too much glue that I go off the cardstock. And now, number 5. Such a pretty color, blue. Okay, now we need to pay attention. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our next one is going to be 6. So we're back to our pink paper. We're going to put some glue along that first piece and along that side there. And then we're going to go right over the top for number 6. There we go. So now if you see, we have this blank spot in the middle. What are we going to do with that blank spot? This is where your little piece of tinfoil comes in. Just cut a little piece of your tinfoil. If you notice, there's a shiny and a dull side. We want to make sure that the pretty shiny side is down. So we're going to put some glue all around here. Put our shiny side down right over the top. There we go. Are you ready? It's time to see what our card is going to look like. Pull it off. Thank goodness we didn't get any glue. If you got glue and it sticks, we might be in trouble. That's what it looks like. So pretty. We have some pieces sticking off the edge. So we're just gonna cut those pieces off carefully. We'll snip those little pieces off too. I want to make sure that we don't how's that look? That looks pretty darn good. So now we can fold up our card, because really, do we want people to see the kind of yucky part there? Look, there's a lot that went over that fold, so I can cut those pieces off too. I hope that you have a good time with your iris folding and that you make some beautiful things. Have a great day, and we'll see you later from 4-H.